Hello, gentlemen. This is previews round 2 in the USFL 16-team league. Let's start out with our top 4 teams that have made it here, trying to win it all. The Maulers and Express. The Maulers 8-6 Express. El Briscoe's Express 12-2. Darren Spencer's Maulers. Express is the only team out of the Pacific to get this far into the Final Four. The Express are favored by 9 points. But as I was going to make this last night and ended up making it Friday morning, I had made a note that Eckler and Allen might not be 100%, making this game a lot closer than the 9-point advantage that the Las Vegas had on the Express. So be it. Last night they did not play well. This game gets closer. I do think the Express will still pull this out. But Darren Spencer's Maulers always find a way. No. Haven't tell the dog no. Other game, Blitz and the Stars. Wow. Look, these two teams both had a similar start in the season. Blitz were 3-6 to start, and the Stars lost its first 3 and then came back to go 9-1. So both of these teams showed resilience. Thomas's Blitz, Michael Summers Stars. This game is a .04 difference, so it's really anybody's game. A great game to watch. Both of these teams are formidable. Even if the Express does win like they're supposed to in the top bracket, sitting there at 12-2, the Blitz and Stars have put together, both Thomas and Michael have put together good teams. So that's going to be interesting. 2 teams that definitely deserve a right to be there. So Blitz and the Stars, Maulers and Express, that's your top games. Moving on to who's playing for 5th and 6th right now. You got to win this second round. Memphis and the Outlaws. Outlaws started hot but lost 3 of their last 5. These guys didn't meet in the regular season. Showboats and Outlaws. Jake Matthews has taken over the Memphis Showboats and will probably be with us for quite some time. And then Ian with the Outlaws. And then the other game there for playing for 5th and 6th, got to win this game in second round, is the Panthers and the Stallions. Ken Beatty has surprised everyone and come back from the cellar, and he edged out in a close tiebreaker to make that top 8 spot, the 8th and final spot. Playing the Stallions, Chris Flame started out with a great draft. Has kind of faded here as the season goes on, beat up, injuries, a couple of guys out. Mixon, he lost Mixon. And so anyway, Chris has really had a tough time. Will they meet tonight? Hadn't met all season. Panthers and Stallions. Darren Waller, great start for the Stallions. Panthers were favored in this by 1 point, but after the Darren Waller performance, Stallions are absolutely in this. Something key I wanted to talk about here was our dynasty points. You guys don't have a chance to win it all as you're playing for 5th and 6th, but Memphis has 0 dynasty points because Jake's new in the league. He would like to stay on that top 8 board and get himself some points. The Outlaws have 4 points. So, Memphis and Outlaws, if they're just playing for dynasty points here, Memphis could hand the Outlaws a tough seeding going into round 3. Maybe should shut the Outlaws down to maybe not getting any dynasty points this year, and then Memphis could earn that spot as a 5th place and get 4 dynasty points. So, definitely playing. There's a lot of reasons to play. You play each week to win the game and build your season, and you play for the championship at the end. You play to play a top-tier team. If you're in the lower tier, always something to play for, guys. But the Panthers, Stallions, Boats, and the Outlaws are all playing for 5th and 6th place. Winners move on. Losers there will have to play that lower-tier team, and we'll go to the lower-tier bracket. There's only 4 teams remaining. That's the Gamblers, the Wranglers, the Bulls, and the Breakers. Same thing here with dynasty points. The Wranglers have 1 point right now. Kevin Perillou's team going into, been here with it since the inception of the league. The Gamblers, kind of the same thing. They have 2 points. This game is separated by .04 points, Wranglers and Gamblers. So that's going to be really, really close. The Gamblers, I believe, have the best shot here, but we'll see what happens. And then the Bulls and the Breakers is the other game. Winners of the Gamblers, Wranglers, and the Bulls and the Breakers will have that shot to play a top-tier team. The Breakers are favored by 1 over the Bulls in this. Breakers beat the Bulls in week 4. Breakers started 1-6, closed at 5-1 at the end of the season. So Breakers are really hot. Of course, champions last year, Craig Christian's team, Steve Miller. And here we go again. The Breakers have 10 points right now, currently having won the championship last year, 10 dynasty points. Bulls have 4 points. So, you know, if Bulls can somehow upset the Breakers and knock them out where they get no points this year, and then the Bulls find a way to get themselves a point or two, they're just a little bit closer. And that's just a grading overall how your performance is. I think it is a real mark of how good of a fantasy football player you is, especially if you go 10 years into this league and you accumulate those dynasty points. So you're always playing for that. So here we go. I'm going to discuss the dynasty points real quick. Michigan Ken has 11 points right now. Boston Craig has 10 points. Michael Summers, the Stars, has 10. Stallions have 10 with Chris Plain. El Briscoe has 8 with L.A. Ian has 4. Bulls, Steve Miller has 4. And Houston, Bill Kellick has 2. Kevin has 1. So all these guys are you know, have made it into this second round. So, you know, you're playing for pride. You're playing to play that top-tier team. You're playing to preserve your top-tier spot. Everybody's definitely playing for something, even if you're not in the Final Four. Have a great week, guys. That is it for previews round 2, USFL number 16.